Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Unscripted. I saw those rolling eyes. Um, sorry, I was turning my phone off. Um, yes, welcome to Unscripted, and your host, Amy Kruzik, and another host.
David Ellis.
Yes, we're back. And so today I wanted to talk about persuasion versus manipulation. Because sometimes, like I tell you, David, I listen to podcasts and I hear people put words together and it's like, oh, that's interesting. Never thought of persuasion versus manipulation, right?
Mm-hmm.
The nuances between them. And we're going to go, what I thought we could do is we could go through of course, I like to define the term, and then we can go through where we see it in the news, in the medical, social media, spiritual. Yeah?
Agreed.
Okay. All right. So what I found, let me get this definition down here. So persuasion is the art of convincing someone to do or believe something through reasoning, argument, and emotional appeal with their best interest or mutual benefits in mind.
Okay.
So manipulation is the act of controlling or influencing someone deviously or unscrupulously, often for one's own benefit and without regard for the other's well-being. It's about controlling behavior.
Okay.
Yeah. So tell us.
So my first question is, if you're persuading somebody to believe in something or whatever the case may be, is that not a kind of manipulation?
If you're persuading yes, it is.
Because you're going to get a positive outcome out of it.
Yeah.
So based on the definition of manipulation, persuasion is a kind of manipulation.
It is. I agree with that.
So I think persuasion has more to do with the act of convincing someone about a particular viewpoint, but there is no malice or fruitive action in store for that particular act of convincing.
Yeah.
Manipulation is the act of utilizing malice, utilizing coercion of some kind to bring somebody over to a particular viewpoint for the purposes of somehow allowing the person who is doing the manipulation to benefit from being convinced.
So, is there one where, see, to me, when you say persuasion, it's like, I'm going to make a choice whether to sign up with your class or not sign up with your class.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's like a choice that I make. Where manipulation, I mean, I've had that happen where, well, it's in our media. It's everywhere, really. The the narrative is there to.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did you get your flu shot this season?
Me? No.
Do you know that if you didn't get your flu shot this season, you could make other people sick? And so you should get your flu shot. Is that persuasion or is that manipulation? Notice that I use flu shot, because of Instagram and stupid social media posts.
I have a better one for you. Are you ready? Because I just went to the doctor for annual. Ready? But to your point, I would say that that's manipulation because they're kind of working with the pharmaceutical.
So there is a benefit to forcing and coercing people to get a shot of whatever shot they want to get by saying that there are consequences if you don't get it.
Listen to this one. Ready? She asked me. She asked me actually about pneumonia. I'm like, no, I don't need that. I don't need it. Right? But then she asked me, wait, oh, a tetanus shot. Oh, you probably need to get another tetanus shot. It's been over 10 years. I'm like, yeah. I don't know when, if even I had one, right? So then I'm like, no, thank you. They used to really push it on me. And I think they know, they probably have it in my file, like, don't push her. But let me just tell you what I did. So I researched. I said, how many Americans get tetanus or what is the term for tetanus if you get it? What is the
Booster
Oh, no, I said, how many people get tetanus? Because you need tetanus.
immunizations.
Yes. I forget the question. Hold on. It was like only 30 Americans a year need a tetanus shot because of a step on a rusty nail. I'm like, I'm not going to be stepping on a rusty nail.
Okay, so tetanus is caused by a bacteria called Clostridium
Yeah,
tetani, and
that's what I was trying to say.
and the thing about tetanus is that if you get it, you can simply get the shot. When you actually get it, yeah, nobody's dying from tetanus or
No.
lockjaw or any of those complications. Nobody's dying from tetanus that we know of. Do you know, like in your family, anybody died of tetanus?
No.
Seriously.
No. I'm
So me getting a booster shot for tetanus when I just go visit my doctor is useless. And so the argument that will be used by your doctors, but if you do step on a rusty nail, you'll be prepared. No,
no.
because there's a myriad other complications that come with you stepping on a rusty nail that may have nothing to do with tetanus. You don't know where that nail has been.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, so isn't that so that was both persuade, I'm gonna persuade her,
uh,
and, the doc that was the nurse asking me before the doctor came in. Now the doctor never she usually used to ask me all the time, "Are you
hmm,
sure you don't want a pneumonia and flu shot? Come on,
just
you know."
put it
Yeah.
in there. Since you're here and we
Yes,
have
it's
a bunch of unused needles, we might as well load you up with a
no.
whole bunch of different shots. Oh my God.
Oh,
Look,
and your age, your age, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I don't even know the last time I was sick."
the difference between persuasion and manipulation looks like this.
Yeah,
Persuasion says you go to a car dealership. The car dealer says to you, you should buy this car because of the inherent features of the car. V6 engine,
yeah,
lots of room for the family, the seats fold down,
yeah,
you can put in whatever. That's persuasion.
yeah, hybrid.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a hybrid, whatever else.
yeah.
When it steps into, you don't want to destroy the environment. You
Yes.
don't want to destroy the environment, do you? Like, you should absolutely buy this vehicle because the truth of the matter is you want to save the environment, and it's not an electric vehicle, or it's an electric vehicle. That would be manipulation because it's playing on your guilt, your fears, your anger a lot of the time to convince you to act in a particular way.
Yeah.
Okay? So, if we came on the show as an example and said, you need to watch our clips on Instagram and our show on YouTube, because if you don't, God won't love you. That would be manipulation. How many of y'all do things because of guilt, fear, or coercion of some kind?
Yeah.
And I'm going to go back to my original statement. The medical industry needs to rethink itself. It
Mhm.
has moved from persuasion. Back in the day, in the 60s, you go to a doctor and says, well, you could buy this tonic and so on, but you may not need it for whatever, whatever. And that's not how they're operating right now.
No.
Immunize, 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 whether there's something wrong with you or not. And I'm going to say this, I am against this construct because what it does, it makes people dependent on your immunizations. It
Yeah,
breeds a habit of expectation and dependency. Now,
it does.
is that a good thing? No, I don't think it's a good thing. I don't.
No, no, no. But there has to be some kind of pros in this. Pros of persuasion and pros for manipulation.
There is a pro for persuasion.
Let's take the news.
Persuading.
Sorry, let's take the news. So let's do the news, persuasion and manipulation.
Okay, so you remember the times when the news used to tell you what, where, why, how, and for what purpose?
Uh-huh.
No, now you have left-wing media and you have right-wing media. So
Yeah.
the left-wing media tries to get you to vote a particular way or believe in a particular set of values. Right-wing media tries to get you to vote in a particular way and believe in a certain set of values. And they are all corrupt.
Yeah.
And they're all corrupt. So now you can't turn on any broadcast and I just want the what, where, how, why.
Yes. Right?
Don't
That's
tell me what you think. Just give me the facts of what has happened. You know?
okay. So that's why podcasts have become so popular,
Yes, because people
because
have gotten tired of that nonsense.
you can just go from one to another to another to another and get a general idea of, oh, okay. I see how they're trying to shape that opinion.
So it's a matter of narrative nowadays.
Yeah.
So the news tries to convince you, and some of them utilize um, malicious manipulation. Malicious manipulation is that if you don't come over to our point of view, then you're part of the either you're racist on one side or you're un-American on the other side or some nonsense like that.
Yeah.
It's nonsense at the end of the day. So the news, the media is become this, and they're all funded by pharmaceutical companies.
Yes. Just look at the commercials. Although I don't watch TV anymore, but
Yeah, that's why I don't watch legacy
what?
media anymore at all. I don't.
I don't. But it erodes your trust, right? It erodes. Imagine like back in the day when news was really, they brought you the news regardless of anything. To me, I can see the span of the difference of what they're doing now. It's controlled narratives now. You can only say this. You only have 4 minutes to say, it's very controlled. But you lose the trust of everybody, right?
You lose the trust of everybody, but there's always going to be a certain section of the population. They're playing a numbers game. There's always going to be a section of the population who do not think critically, who are, for want of a better word, sheep.
Yeah.
And they will be swayed by narrative, and then they put them into echo chambers, which we discuss at some point in time, or we will discuss at some point in time. They put them into echo chambers, and nobody who's watching the one side of the news doesn't want to hear anything on the other side of the news, and vice versa. So there's always going to be that section of the population who do not want to hear anything else. Even on this podcast that we're doing right now, Amy.
Yeah.
You have a bunch of people who will disagree with one thing that we say and probably not want to hear anything else.
True. So that means you need to go out and fact check. Now, how do you do that? Because even Wikipedia is manipulated.
This is true.
Yeah. Even so, what can you believe? What can you fact check?
What about personal relationships? You remember when a guy wanted to sleep with a girl and they say something along the lines of, if you love me, you'll do this.
Oh, well, that's a bit. Wait,
I
wait
don't
a
know how many
minute.
people fell for that nonsense. Oh my God, that is the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah, they put that in movies, like the persuasion of,
Yes.
you're my one and only. You're my twin flame. I found you. Angels must have dropped you from heaven.
Yeah, notice that the other person hasn't described you as a twin flame.
I know. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh my gosh.
There's so much nonsense in regular media. I'm going to give you a few examples from songs that I've heard.
Yeah.
I can't live with or without you.
Oh. Yeah.
Tell me how I'm going to breathe with no air. You are my air.
You are my
Okay.
I know. It's even in the songs. But
I
so
just want to look good for you. I can't remember who sang that.
um yeah, I'm
I
trying to
think
think now.
I'm trying to think.
Songs.
And there's also Taylor Swift. Just about every song that she
Oh,
sings.
about every song.
You look like my next mistake.
Yes.
Oh my God. Do you see that? Do you
Yeah,
see
but
this?
ho the persuasion and manipulation that she's doing, but also what about, um, speaking of that and Taylor Swift songs, she's impressing upon young children because young girls are really the only ones that listen to her. She has some good, cute songs, but,
No, there's some adults that
impressionable.
listen to her, but they're already poisoned, so it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, but young girls that, fawn over her. She's actually manipulating them,
Yeah.
which yeah, yeah.
So you remember a couple of years ago when there was this big outcry that women had, which said that men create unrealistic expectations of women's beauty.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
explain.
because all the model advertisements were of
Oh, yes.
slim women and so on.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. You got Taylor Swift out there, right, portraying the Barbie concept.
Yeah,
Help me out here. Is that
Barbie.
not doing more damage?
It is. Now, I had Barbies when I was but it wasn't like it is today. I mean, they have, like, lawyer Barbie and, you know, transgender Barbie. I don't know. Do they have transgender Barbie? I don't
Yes.
know. Do they have transgender I mean, they have all of these, like,
Different
Doctor
kinds,
Barbie,
different shades of Barbie. But
different
let me
shades
ask
of
you a question: has the basic body shape changed?
no. Oh,
So
some wait, there are some that are more plus size Barbie. I
you mean
think
like Cabbage Patch Barbie?
there is a Cabbage Patch Barbie?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
have.
know.
I'm just
I don't
thinking that if you're gonna enforce different body structures, then that would be the case. My
yeah.
point is there is a social expectation for women to fit into if they are going to be attractive.
Yeah.
And then women try to fit into that expectation because they are convinced or manipulated into leaving their basic body structures to pursue an unrealistic expectation. Okay? Not everybody's bone structure is Barbie. Let's
No.
be real
No.
here.
Or the models in the magazines because you know what? Behind the scenes, I've seen some documentaries about them. They starve themselves, guys. They
Yeah.
starve themselves. I remember being on an airplane once, and there's like this, gorgeous girl. She wasn't sitting next to me, but I could see her. Do you know she had a cookie. She bit little pieces. You could tell she was a model. You could tell she was, that type. And she savored that cookie till the end of the 2-hour flight.
Ah, yes, because if you eat it slower, you don't spike your sugar.
Yeah,
That's what she's thinking, but it's the same amount of calories. I just don't understand how people actually, and the nutrition and supplement industry manipulates people as well,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because every time you see a new supplement or a new superfood comes out, it says, "Oh, people in some remote village in the Amazon used to take this and live for hundreds of years, happy, healthy lives." How the hell you know that?
That's the thing. Did you do a blind test or double blind test? I
Yeah,
don't
how
know.
do you know that? And the
Yeah.
supplement industry says this one superfood will, I don't know, clean your bowels and make your skin glow, and it'll make you bright, and it will do your dishes and everything. Listen
Do
to
your
me very
dishes.
carefully. I'm going to give, once again, I'm going to say this on a broadcast. When it comes to people manipulating y'all into buying supplements,
Yeah.
guys, this is the truth. The truth is that each one of you is a fingerprint or has a unique blueprint. It's
Yeah.
called your DNA. One supplement, be it goji berries or I don't what else is out there? Green spirulina or whatever
Oh,
else,
yes, spirulina. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
is going to work well for one person and it's not going to work as well for another person because everybody is unique, right?
Yeah.
It's based on how your DNA is structured. So I see a lot of people who are in the supplement industry literally um, conning people
Mhm.
into buying supplements that they don't need. I am going to do something here that everybody who's watching this broadcast is not going to like. I'm still going to do it. I am a nutritionist. I do nutrition. I've been doing nutrition since 1997. I am going to tell you that you cannot just go to a nutritionist, naturopathic doctor, whoever it is that you go to, and they feed you a bunch of supplements and tell you this is what you need. They need to do a DNA test and an HTMA test first.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this to you guys, get a DNA test. That's what I do
Mhm.
because I don't want to be guessing as to what is good for the person, what is bad for the person by loading them up with $800 worth of supplements.
Yeah.
It's wrong. Okay, that's not much better than being in the medical industry. You test to see what is going to work for that person so there is no hit or miss.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, DNA will tell you your genetic blueprint. So you know probably you're not processing protein very well because your cells don't like it that much, or whatever the case may be, or you're not processing fats. I am going to shout out to DNA Power. This is a free plug. They're not sponsoring us or anything like that, right? I'm a partner with them, but I'm going to tell you that they have the right idea. Test first before you give people thousands of dollars worth of
Mhm.
supplements and have them popping pills all day long. It's nonsense.
Yes, it's nonsense. I had a chiropractor once that's what she kind of did. I think it brings them
Why
more
would a
money.
chiropractor give you supplementation?
I know. Well, I fell for it.
Oh, good. Tell me about it, Amy.
No, I fell for it because, of course, this was years ago.
He had a white lab coat, and you figured out somebody for white lab
No, I
coat.
just figured, that's when I wasn't like, I know my body. Like, I know now what supplements I need. I can do that now.
Mm-hmm.
I know when a supplement doesn't, I know, and I know when to stop it too. It's like, okay, I don't need this one anymore. I don't know. Does that make sense to you? Because I'm just become sensitive to it.
I think a lot of people, they go to professionals. A chiropractor deals with body structures and manipulation of body structures.
Yeah.
Ironically speaking, manipulation of body structures. A chiropractor is not qualified to give you a nutrition regime. He absolutely is not.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Okay.
true.
The people who are qualified to give you a nutrition regime are dietitians, nutritionists, naturopathic doctors, they're the HTMA practitioners, right? DNA consultants can give you a nutrition regime based on
Mhm.
the testing that is done. But all of these professionals should theoretically rely on a DNA test for every single individual to find out what works and what does not work. On HTMA, HTMA is head tissue mineral analysis. It will tell you where you are presently with regard to your mineral supplementation because a lot of people have things going wrong with them and they absolutely have no idea. But what the supplement industry has done is give people this idea every couple of years, some new diet comes out and some new superfood comes out, right? Some rare substance from down in the ant.
Yes. Algae. Yeah.
That's manipulation.
Yeah.
And
And
every time
it's,
it comes out, somebody pays for it.
yeah, it's very subtle too. And it's pretty much they can name their price
Yes,
and you'll
because it's
buy
a
it.
rare substance from the Amazon.
I know, that's what I mean.
Oh God.
And
Oh.
and wait a minute, what about like, even for women, face creams and the body creams and
Oh, the beauty industry. And
oh,
okay, I
oh,
can speak on this. There is persuasion and then there's manipulation. Here is persuasion. Persuasion looks like this for the beauty industry. If you go out into the sun with no sunscreen, no attempt to protect your skin, you're going to get fried. Your skin is going to get damaged. That's what's going to happen.
yeah.
This is what manipulation looks like. You want to look young, like the 20-year-olds, don't you?
I know.
You
I
want to look
know.
young like the 20-year-olds, don't you? Why aren't you taking care of yourself? And we have lots of different products for you. We got like a foundation and so on. It'll make you look like a 20-year-old, and then you will be appealing to your husband and look like Taylor Swift.
Right, you'll look yeah, exactly. Like, you could go back in time. I mean, some women do try to with
You know what they don't tell you in the beauty industry? Let me tell you what they don't tell you. It doesn't matter how much makeup you have on. It doesn't matter what newfangled product down in the Anges they were able to scrape from under a rock. And so there's little of it, so you have to pay a little bit more for it.
yeah.
If you're not eating fruits and vegetables, you will never look good.
Oh, that's so true. That's so true.
If
I
you're not
don't
eating fruits and vegetables, you are not going to look good. You would have to have a genetic predisposition to have a particular skin tone, which is absolutely possible. But if you're not eating correctly, you are not going to look good. So, whatever beauty regime you think you're on,
I know.
just cancel that.
Oh, but, they put it they really do, especially if you go through a department store and the girl's there with the cream, like, "Oh, do you wanna try"
Avon, yeah.
Oh, Avon too, right? Like, remember, it's so interesting how
Yeah, that
this
would be
persuasion
manipulation. So this here's the manipulation. You have a bunch of young 20-year-olds out there with their face caked on with a bunch of makeup on, brushing it on,
yeah.
right? Over the little glass cases where they say, "Oh, this is your skin tone," and they make it so
Yes,
attractive, right?
they
So
do.
you come up to them and say, "Oh, use this product and this product. This product I don't really use because," and you have a bunch of 20-year-olds, and then you have a bunch of women all the way up into their 80s
Yeah,
checking
trying
for this nonsense.
yeah,
And I'm like, it would be really good if you all had a nutritionist on staff to tell them that vitamin A could help them,
yeah,
or vitamin C, or vitamin E, you know,
collagen, collagen.
get some collagen, some elastin inside of I said, no, 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 it's in the product, it's in the makeup.
Oh, but
Whew.
it's the last ingredient. It's like the last ingredient. All of
Um,
it's like water and glycinol or something like that. This
I
is so
glycerol,
interesting.
yes.
Glycerol. Yeah.
And now you have like the thing you're supposed to be ingesting in a makeup kit for real. Right? You think that somehow you're going to create a transdermal effect
Yeah.
utilizing collagen. Okay, just
Eh,
eat food.
yeah. It
Some of the
has
prettiest women that I know, they don't have to use makeup at all. You want to know why? They just ate food. They didn't need the makeup because their skin remained tight. Because guess what? There were skin oils in there, right? That they
yeah.
acquired from food, right?
Yeah.
Now you have to decide what you want. And I'll explain this to you because here's the thing: a lot of women tend to want to look good to attract the opposite sex, or at
Mhm.
least be attractive.
Are they persuading or manipulating?
In that case, I guess that's a hard thing, right?
Yeah, that would be what are
My my issue is that it's going to have to come off at some point.
well, not if they
The
sleep in
makeup is going to have to come off at some point. I'm sorry, Amy, but it's going to have to come off, right? So,
Yeah, but that has to do with issues of the image, the body image issues. I mean, come on, you can really go into all that.
like,
Like, I'm not pretty enough, so I have to wear makeup. I have to look good because that's only what men like, is if women are pretty and look good. So that's the modeling.
And that's actually not true. That's a lie
Oh,
that they tell women.
yeah, that's a lie.
I'll explain what I mean by that. Let me show you persuasion and manipulation in terms of women's accessories.
Yeah.
You're a woman. You go get your nails done, your nails all the way out to hair
Yeah.
because they're false. You go get your hair done, nah, not long enough. I'm going to put extensions on that.
Yeah.
You go to the lingerie store, you buy the lingerie, which is like expensive, right? Because it's lace and so on. And you're like, oh, I feel so sexy with myself all of a sudden. You got the makeup, which is $100 something, who knows, whatever, right? You got the stiletto heels, which can break your ankle at any point in time, any
Yes.
given day. Okay, don't walk up steps to that. You got all of these things, and then you realize the man doesn't care about none of that.
I know.
The man
I
doesn't care about none of that. You've just been manipulated into spending a bunch of money, right?
trying to persuade a man. So there you go. Trying to persuade a man. You meant from the manipulation of the outside world.
And I have said this to many women before because they get frustrated when you say this. If your personality is not correct and you're not coming correct, it doesn't matter how good you look.
Exactly. That is so
Your
true.
relationships will still fail. I go to a gym at 5 o'clock in the morning. People come to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning with makeup on. I find that hilarious. Do
Yeah.
you expect that to stay on for the entire hour that you are there? And I'm
Hmm.
like, at what point in time does your skin breathe?
Yeah. At what
What is
point?
that about? Who are you trying to persuade? Because here's the thing about it. Usually speaking, it used to be, and let's talk about the augmentation industry, plastic surgery.
Mm.
We're talking about that in one sense, guys, because this is a very interesting sense. Because when it comes to, and this is a men and women problem. When I lived in Toronto, and this is just a couple of years back, Mac, the
Makeup.
makeup, Mac
Makeup.
makeup
Yeah.
introduced a makeup line for men. I'm like,
Oh, I didn't know
whose
this.
idea was this?
I didn't.
Right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have a makeup line for men. As you can imagine, that will never see not one penny of my money. Are you kidding? Like, what the hell? What are we talking about here? Like, what's going? Why are you trying to look more pretty than your wife? What's going
Oh,
on? What's happening?
yeah.
They introduced a makeup line for men. Now, I need you to understand it wasn't a makeup line for gay men or transgender women. It was a makeup line for business executives. So I am on the train going home, right? Because you can't drive into Toronto, so you got to take a train to your car. And there's about 100 Justin Biebers on my train, all trying to look the same way. And I'm like, no, no, what are you doing that for? Because you want to persuade a woman that you look good enough to go out with. And then the other part of it is that the internal traits that you have are put secondary, which is neither here nor there. Because if you're operating on the bare minimum of personality, yeah,
Yeah.
you're not going to convince anybody anyway. So you're going to put tattoos on your skin, the tattoo industry.
Oh, yeah. That's another one. But I think the tattoos are a little more personal. That's why people get them.
Let me ask you a question. If I started my little club, we're going to call it the um, Puff the Magic Dragon Club.
Yeah.
And it's my little club, and everybody has to get tattoos of, the dragon to belong to my club. Some people are going to be
Oh,
put in.
that's true. That's true.
So is that persuasion or is that manipulation?
Well, that's manipulation because you can't come in the club if you don't have a dragon tattoo.
Well, if it wasn't a rule, it would be persuasion. Because then you say, oh, look at my tattoo. Look, see, it's Puff.
Yeah. Okay, so then, yeah, that's true.
Question. You have a lot of money, right? Let's say we were millionaires and billionaires. We're having special parties where you dress in white.
Oh, that sounds familiar. That's been in the news.
You're having special parties that where you dressed in white. You show up at my party and you end up in a situation where you're taking my drugs, which are the color of Amy's wall, right? That I provided to the people in the party. You get high, you end up in a situation where you're on camera doing things that you wouldn't normally do. Is that, did I persuade you? Did I manipulate you?
Persuade.
Okay.
Because I
So I,
chose to come to this party.
because of my notoriety,
Yeah,
because of my infamy, because
it
of my
sounds fun.
popularity.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to a party.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, this is a situation where you are persuaded to come to my party because you want to be popular too.
but it's a manipulation too.
You see, I
Because
wouldn't be at that party in the first place.
yeah, because it's manipulation too because you're manipulating what's gonna be at the party that's gonna persuade you to come,
Yeah,
right?
and here's the thing. No, it's not necessarily, because you see, people who went to those parties, they believe that they were going to those parties specifically because they can enhance their chances at success.
Well, true. Right. So that's their kind of manipulation on the other party because I can manipulate him to like me or persuade him to like me to
Yeah,
choose
by
me.
taking his drugs and ending up in stupid situations.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you wonder why it is when people get arrested or whatever, they get off on certain kinds of charges, because the law is very specific where that is concerned. Because the law, let's talk about the legal aspects of persuasion versus manipulation. Let's take a car dealership. You go to a car dealership, somebody can convince you to buy a Dodge Caravan.
Oh, yeah.
The Dodge Caravan has to be the single most ugly
No, I had
vehicle,
one.
right? Vehicle that's on the road. I love that vehicle
Uh-huh.
nonetheless.
I had one.
I love the Dodge Caravan. I do.
I
I
did.
do. Right? Because if you've ever been inside one of these things, that's a whole house.
It's a whole house. Yeah.
A Dodge Caravan is like an entire house, but it's an ugly vehicle from the outside. But if you're inside that vehicle, you're going to love it. And nothing can break these things. They're like a staple, right? Especially when you have kids. Now, I convinced you to buy a Dodge Caravan, okay? I didn't. And let's say, okay, let's try it this way. The Dodge Caravan
Okay.
is the reliable vehicle, but I convince you to buy some other
Ford.
vehicle, like, I don't know, a Jeep
Or f-
Patriot. I know
yeah.
you have 6 kids. I'm convincing you to buy a Jeep Patriot, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You buy the Jeep Patriot, and it's a lemon, right? Something goes wrong, something does this, or whatever else like that. I convinced you to buy it. What am I playing on?
Oh, you're playing on the family and you need this big car and this is whatever you said to convince them.
Yes, but if I'm convincing you to buy the Jeep Patriot, I'm convincing you that you need freedom and whatever else.
Yeah.
So car salesmen look for things to manipulate people on.
Yeah.
So if you're a man and you look like you have man issues, as in you have insecurity issues about your manliness, yeah, we're taking you to the sports car section. You're gonna buy a Chevy
Yeah.
Camaro. Is it Chevy that makes
Yeah.
the Camaro? I can't remember. Right? You're gonna buy a Camaro, you're gonna buy a Mustang, you're gonna buy,
Yeah.
like the horse and so on,
Yeah.
right? If you're a woman and you have like a certain body structure and so on, and I can tell that you have kids and so on, because you know a mom when you see a mom, you just do,
Yeah.
right? There's a look of fatigue sometimes in the eyes that
A young
right,
mom. Yeah.
a new mom. I am going to take you to the Dodge Caravan section. I'm going to take you to the Toyota Sienna
Hmm.
section. I am going to do that. And car salesmen will try to manipulate you based on what they see you are about. I remember going to Costco.
Oh, yeah. Your favorite store.
I am walking down the aisle. Guy stops me and says, "Oh, you're a big man. You need a big grill." No. You're a big man. You need a big grill. So he shows me a grill.
So you go over to see this.
And out of curiosity, I'm
Yes.
like, yeah, I'm gonna see where this plays out. For those of you who don't know, I'm vegan, so I'm not grilling nothing except vegetables.
Vegetables, yeah.
So I go over and I'm like, I want to see how this plays out because I'm a big man, so obviously I eat a lot of meat. So obviously I need a big grill because a small grill would not
No,
have the
fit your
capacity.
steak. It wouldn't
Yeah,
fit
yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
steak.
We're putting the whole cow on there. We're not skinning it or nothing. We're just taking the cow from the field and just dropping that on the grill. Like we need something
Yes.
that big. So I go over and I'm waiting for this to play out. And he says, yes, and this has this kind of thing and whatever else. He made a judgment based on me and he was trying to manipulate me based on the fact that I might have man issues. Man issues being that I need a big grill because that small little grill is not going to impress the neighbors, You need to put the whole cow on the grill.
Oh my gosh.
It was entertaining.
That's entertaining. Did you tell me you were a vegan at the end?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did.
He was very sad about it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's when the responsibility lies with us, correct? The persuasion, the manipulation. This could be every moment of the day you're being persuaded or manipulated or both.
Correct.
So I think the responsibility lies with us.
To not be manipulated or persuaded.
Yeah, to like, okay, I'm going to think about that. Thank you. Like that's my kind of go-to.
You see, the problem with me is that when I detect manipulation, I have a
you
morbid curiosity.
Yeah,
I
you
need to
do.
see where this is leading.
Yeah.
So I would go along. It's like when Jehovah's Witnesses come to the door, or
Oh gosh, yeah.
the Church of Latter-day Saints come to the door. I want to see where this is going because clearly I'm a sinner. Clearly, okay. Clearly, I want to see where it's going. So Jehovah's Witness comes to the door and tells me about the good news of the Lord and that I am a sinner and that I need to change my ways and so on. And I want to see what the benefit is in it for me because I have an open mind. So I'm going to wait. But then when the conversation starts switching to what is in it for me, and it says eternal salvation so you won't burn in the everlasting fires of hell, I'm like, oh, is that the manipulation you're using?
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the spiritual world with persuasion and what's the pros of persuasion in that world? Because I feel like they're inspiring, right? It's inspiring. It's kind of like it provides moral guidance for you if you don't have any. So they try to persuade you to like, oh, come visit the church, it can foster communities.
It can.
Right. So that would be a pro.
Okay, sure. I'm going to show you the cons now.
I know you're going to show me the cons. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I'll be the pro. I'll be the pros. You be the cons.
No, we're going to switch. Switch up. So, depending on the spiritual community, the canonical religions have been manipulating people for years. Okay, it's a very simple manipulation. Think like we do.
Explain it. Sorry, conical.
Canonical would be Anglican, Catholic, Methodist, and so on. The canons.
Yeah.
And they would. The manipulation is simple. Think like we do, or else burning the everlasting fires of hell. Very simple, very direct. Yeah, Jesus died for your sins, and you ungrateful sinner. If you don't make good with Jesus, then you'll just die and go and everlasting fires where you will burn for eternity. Yeah, for eternity. Eternity is a long time.
Eternity. So that's the cons to the persuasion.
To this religious or spiritual outlook. The spiritual communities,
Yeah.
and let me show you, because I have worked in the spiritual communities a lot.
Yeah.
Tell you, Amy,
What?
you have a lot of unhealed trauma inside of you, and you're not reaching your full expansion as a human being. Okay? Now, if you would just take my 7-day course, that will show you how much of a piece of doo-doo you are, right? And then come through it after a lot of crying and stuff like that, then you will be expanded, and then you will connect with the prime creator of all things.
Hmm.
And then the prime creator, you will reintegrate with spirit, and then you and spirit will be connected. And that's basically what we're talking about. Or else you could stay the way you are, which is unevolved and, undeveloped.
Well, that would be the manipulation, what you just said. Okay, now that
You
is
see,
not everybody in the spiritual community. Let's make that clear. Not
it's not
everybody.
everybody, but it's a lot of them.
Yeah. Because I've had some good spiritual teachers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so have I.
Yeah.
When they open their heart, and they're actually open hearted.
Yeah.
But there's a whole bunch of spiritual people who are doing a lot of crap out here in this space that really, really do need calling out. Let's be real about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. I get that. They don't really care about you. Right? They just want your money, and they just want, what else? Is that basically what it's for? Is this all for money? Or
It's for money, popularity, and notoriety.
popularity, yeah. Yeah.
They want to be popular, right? And the thing about it is that they care so much about being popular that sometimes they will actually put down their audience.
Yeah.
And call them unevolved.
Yeah.
In order to become popular.
Yes. Yeah.
So some of them are selling this is something new in the spiritual space that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
It's not based on compassion, it's based on pain point targeting. And I'm going to tell everybody who's listening to this broadcast, if you have a genuine urge inside yourself to be a good person, you actually don't need a mentor. When you are ready, the teacher will appear.
That is so true. Thank you for that. Because that's how mine appeared. Exactly like that.
It's been that way for me in years. When you are ready, the master will appear. And that is always the master is not going to be on your Instagram in, I don't know, Suk Asan, right? Telling you, here I am. Okay, this is the social media thing that I really have an issue with social media. There are about 1,000 masters out there saying, here I am your master. There was a guy who was advertising a course for people who are psychic. So psychic practitioners, and he told them, put away your ego and so on, because I am really the master that you need. Oh.
Really the master. I mean.
And then there are women, masters and spiritual leaders and coaches who are on the internet showing cleavage, saying,
oh, yes.
I am the master that you need. Listen to me. Yeah. This kind of advertising is not the kind of advertising that you associate with somebody who wants to expand you.
Yeah. Oh, that one's so true. I see so much of that out there.
They're doing the Taylor Swift version of spirituality.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm pretty. I have like my breast halfway exposed. Because you want to be so sensual and embodied like me, then guess what? You could take my course. That is manipulation.
Okay, but
Is
that's subliminal. What about the subliminal part of that, right?
Mhm.
There's that subliminal layer that I forgot about, that what attracts you to that? Oh, look at
Because
her.
you have an inadequacy inside yourself,
Exactly.
and then you see this woman who is so together and she's integrated and she's so sensual in her body, and you want to be like that. And so the subliminal program is that you, in whatever condition that you find yourself in, you shouldn't go to the gym. You should come to me, and I will somehow make you into this thing that is attractive and luminescent with all your whatever. And I'm like, this is nonsense.
Yeah, that's so true because there are women out there that are just very natural, right?
Correct.
And that's kind of how I get it, like, "Oh, wow, now she is," that's how I judge for myself. Wow,
The
she's very
woman who got
natural.
me into yoga
Yeah,
is a 95-pound Indian lady.
yeah,
Okay. By today's standards, she wouldn't be the most pretty or whatever else. But she is the most beautiful woman I
mhm,
have ever met in my life. Okay?
exactly, exactly.
Because it's all in the perception of who you are. Spirituality comes from within. What makes you attractive has nothing to do with the flesh, bone, hair, and cartilage you have going on, because that is going to fade with time. But your spirituality will be forever. And a lot of people don't want to look inside and develop that part. So they outsource their agency to people who will manipulate them.
Yeah, that's marketing, isn't it?
It is marketing 101.
Yeah.
I tell you something, and you just come
Ugh,
into my little course and stuff, and I can make you exactly like me.
mhm,
Why would I want to be like you? I just want to be like me.
mhm. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So what's the manipulation part of the spiritual community?
The manipulation part
What's
is
the pro and cons? Let's talk about, the pros and cons of that.
the pros. If you are persuaded to, um, because we're going to do an ad at the end of this
Yeah.
broadcast,
Oh, we are. Yeah.
we are. If you are persuaded to step onto the spiritual path, you become more aware of yourself,
Yeah.
of what is possible, right? Stepping onto a particular path will allow you to do something different, change your life path. It entertains and invites you into this kind of possibility.
Yeah.
And there are many good aspects of developing a spiritual outlook, right? No matter where you are. I don't care if you're homeless on the street and you're listening to this broadcast off of somebody's iPhone. If you change your outlook, things change. You understand that your life is a matter of manifestation of where your mind is. And then you have choices. Because without spirituality or a spiritual outlook, you have no choices except whatever fate blows your way.
Yeah. I mean, that's so true. And I think that's where you can go inside and see, I think that persuasion and manipulation, they want you to decide right there.
Yes, like the car salesman.
Yeah. It's that instant gratification.
Yes, order now while stocks
Or,
last.
right. Or the price is going to go up. How about those infomercials? But that's a
Can you
whole nother
imagine?
thing.
Order your spiritual expansion now while stocks last. Because
Yeah.
it won't be here tomorrow.
So I'm just saying
Oh,
that
God.
you can have time to think about it. Give your give yourself that pause. Like we always say the holy pause. Give it that to yourself
Correct.
and decide about that. I don't know if there's really anything wrong with persuasion or manipulation. I don't.
I
It's
think
how
there's
it's
something wrong.
done.
I think there's something wrong with manipulation inherently because
Here.
it's not targeted towards the person's highest good.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of the time, it's
Yeah.
targeted to what you think the person's highest good is.
That's so funny. Why
You
was I
see the
thinking?
subtle difference there.
Yeah, say it again.
Manipulation is targeted to what you think that the person's
I
highest good is,
Yes.
as opposed to the person's highest good.
Yeah,
There's a difference.
yeah. As opposed to you know better than me, David, if I need that.
I'll give you an example of what I mean. You have a man who's been vegan or vegetarian for 50 years. Doctor jumps on him. Oh, you know that vegan diet is really affecting your health. You need to start eating the meat, man. Right? His wife jumps on him. You need to start eating meat. That's what the doctor said to you. Daughter jumps on him. He starts eating meat. He starts eating the meat 2 months after he drops dead from a heart attack.
Oh,
He was going strong 50. There was nothing
yeah,
untoward in his reading. He starts eating meat. 2 months after that, he drops dead.
yeah,
You see the difference?
I
What you
do.
think somebody's highest good is not necessarily what their actual highest good is.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I have to say that I've been guilty of manipulation, of course. I mean, we've all kind of. We
Does this have
can't.
does this have anything to do with your outdoor patio?
Yeah, could, yes.
Hmm.
It's still not done yet. I mean, it's done, but it's not,
Uh-huh.
it's,
Yeah.
that was a hard persuasion. I mean, it took 5 years to get it to finally be looked at, but uh, what I'm saying is I did it as a parent, manipulate the child.
You better be good. You
I
better
know I
not
did.
try.
Huh?
Be good, or else Santa won't bring you any
Oh,
gifts
not
for Christmas.
not that, because I knew that's not gonna work. But I guess it was to their highest good though, like you said. I think as a mother, it
Yes,
wasn't for ego.
when a child is underage, you get to decide what their highest good is.
Yeah, you do.
But from an adult to adult perspective, you
You don't.
can't do that.
No. No, you can actually drive them away by doing that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. It is of that. What is your intent behind it? Really? What is your intent behind manipulating somebody or behind persuading somebody? Now, what if you have a business though? If you have a business like you do, how do you explain this?
Well, we're about to do some ads for
Yes.
my business. Would you like me to show you both strategies?
Okay.
Okay. The first thing that I'm going to advertise is our software store. The software store has a number of products which can make your business more profitable. I'm now
Yeah.
persuading.
Yeah. Okay. I love this that you're doing this.
This involves software such as AI employees. You could generate any number of assets for your business in a matter of minutes. And the kind of stuff that will take a human a day, 3 days to generate, you could do it in 5 minutes. That is not an exaggeration. That
Yeah.
is the truth.
Yep.
It
I'm sure.
allows you to also augment your business because it gives you different kinds of ways of um, creating a higher profit for your business. Now, I am about to manipulate utilizing the software.
Ah,
If you
okay.
don't have AI software on board on your business, you're just waiting to fail.
Mhm.
You're waiting to fail because you're not going to be able to keep up with somebody who has AI software as a marketing ploy or strategy on board for the very simple reason that AI employees do not sleep, they don't eat, they don't need to be paid, they are just automatons,
Yeah.
right? So this is the manipulation. You're waiting to fail. Now, you could actually possibly succeed, but the chances of that happening are very, very slim. And I'm talking about everybody, because if you're not with the AI, you're just waiting to fail.
Yeah.
The second advertisement that we have is our shop.arsessentia.org store, where you can buy our merchandise. We have wellness software, and Amy's about to put on like
Yes.
a not from here hat.
Uh-huh.
All right. And that store sells merchandise. We also sell self improvement courses, which are accredited by the International Association of Counselors and Therapists, the International Medical and Dental Hypnotherapy Association, Professional Board of Hypnotherapy, the Yoga Alliance, the Global Online Yoga Association, the International Yoga Federation. All of these bodies are accredited our courses. So you can actually get the paper that you need to
Mm.
succeed in the space that you are, as well as the knowledge that you need. Okay? That's persuasion. Manipulation would be, oh, you're not with the merch, you ain't cool.
Yeah, you're not
Okay?
cool like me with the merch.
All of our products inside that store are ethical products. They were not made by little hands in some foreign country.
Yeah.
Okay? They were ethically sourced and they were ethically made. What else can I say about the courses? Yeah.
Well,
You
they're
want to be,
certified, right? Did you say they're certified that you teach them?
yeah, they're certified, which means that the paper that you have is going to be correct paper.
Yeah.
And we have kept everything at the cheapest prices. I'm still persuading. You see, it's unlike me to manipulate. I suppose
I know.
manipulation would be, you want to be accredited, don't you? You don't
Yeah.
want to be unaccredited, do you? Right? I said that would be manipulation. So you guys get the general idea between the two. When you see certain advertising that's taking, you can take or leave whatever's in our stores based on
Mm.
whatever's there. But what we can tell you is that between Amy and myself and a number of different partners, we were able to do things that exploit market opportunities, which means that you don't have to be exploited to run a business anymore. We have answers and solutions for you guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And yeah,
I love that because, and I mean, I can testimonial to that. Good quality,
I
guys.
love that.
I'm serious. I love it. Right?
You like our not from here
Um,
hat.
I do like it. I've taken David's courses. I am certified. We're still going to do the yoga. We still got to do that one, the yoga certification,
Mhm.
right? We got to do that. We got to talk about that. So yeah.
Also, for those of you who are interested, on July the 28th, if you are in Western Canada or the Regina area, we'll be running a cacao and light ceremony out of my office. So, guys, that's on July 28th at 5:30 p.m. If you guys are around, come through. It's only $13. All right. I'm not even going to try to manipulate it where that is concerned. The cacao
Yeah.
ceremony, you guys can Google it. It's actually very good for you.
Who
So,
is running it? Who's running it?
a lady named Jacko. She's
Oh,
from Peru and she has genuine ceremonial grade cacao, which she will be serving at that event. So, guys, check it out.
yeah. And also don't forget to sign up for our UCM community at community.universalcitizentv.com.
Okay. And, guys, we just want to remind you to keep it unscripted.
Unscripted.
All
Bye,
right.
everybody.
Bye. Hey everyone, this is David from Universal Citizen Media. I'm one of the developers at the One Extra Group, which develops software for business. So today we're going to be showcasing a tool that is going to give you the same capabilities and skill sets as the large corporations. So what it's going to allow you to do is basically level the playing field when it comes to business for those of you who are feeling marginalized and so on. So check out this tool that we've developed in collaboration with one of our partners right now.
Hi guys, and welcome to the video for Analyze. Now this helps you track visitors to your site, where they're coming from, where they're leaving, what sources they're coming from, locations. It tracks operating systems, device and browsers, and you can do lots of other things with this as well. But to start using it, first of all, you need to come to websites. You need to add in your website. You can see I've added mine here. So you can see the page views, the usage, the tracking, and I've got lightweight tracking on here. Now you can see I've also set it to email me reports of anything that's happening here. Here you can see the public statistics disabled. I don't want people to see what's coming and what's happening on my site. And you can see the tracking code here now. To add your site, and you can see I've got one of unlimited, which you will have as well. Click Add Website. Give the website a name. So I'm going to give this Online Success Model. I'll just give it Online Success Model 2. So the website, I'm just going to add Online Success Model.com. So here I can choose the tracking type. Now, if you choose advanced tracking, you have to let the users know you're doing advanced tracking, because that obviously goes against GDPR and other types of tracking services if you don't notify them. So just keep it lightweight. You can email yourself weekly reports if you want. Hit submit. Then you can see that's done and added. Now you'll see you get this little bit of a pixel here. Just copy that pixel. Once it's copied, just add it into the head section of your website. Once you've added into the head section, it will start to track. Simple as that. So once that's done and started, you can start seeing then things like all your tracking details. Okay. Now, as I said, this can do a lot more than just tracking. So you can set goals on here. So if you want a goal, click goals. So what we'll do is we'll create a goal. So what we can do is we can track a page view or a custom event. So if we wanted to track a page view, for example, let's say we wanted to track a conversion event. So let's say the conversion was sale. So let's say anyone who went to the page of sale was considered a conversion. We can click create. Okay, so we can see conversions. So it'll track conversions for pages and sections. So next we can see real-time statistics. So this will show you real-time how people are visiting your site. You've got page views. Here we've got teams. Now you can add teams in here, so you can use, your teams in here. You can add multiple teams as well, and you can add people inside those teams. So to create a team, just click create team. So I'd say Online Success Model, or this URL, hit submit. Then I can add a member inside. I can just add their email, then they'll get access to this section. Then you can also add a custom domain in. So you can connect that domain by going here, adding it to our URL. Once you've added that, you must let us know. We've got a help section as well here. It tells you about it's an introduction, lightweight tracking, and advanced tracking. And here there's any notifications where we tell you about anything what's happening. You'll see those here. Okay, so it's a very simple system to use, but it is very powerful. It's great for tracking conversions and what's happening on your site. So thanks for watching, and watch out for the next video.
Well, what did you guys think? That was pretty impressive, huh? For those of you who wish to purchase this tool, you guys can head over to our store at shop.onexa.com. We also have merchandising opportunities there, which means that you can buy wellness-themed clothing at our store. For those of you who are in the UCM community, there's a special discount for you guys who are part of the community. Otherwise, guys, see you on the other side. Take care.